Hello and welcome back to Tiny Artist TV. Today's video is the last in the Aughost 2025 series, and I'm not doing a more formal intro because quite frankly, I am over this. I am ready to get into something else, and this video is already late because last week was just absolutely bonkers, so I just didn't even try to squeeze in time to work on it. So you're getting a late video and you're gonna like it. But today's last three prompts are Dissipate, Flip, and then of course day 31, which is Triumphant. So yeah, strap in and enjoy today's prompts. Okay, so for the first prompt, Dissipate, I don't want to say I kind of phoned it in, but the overall pose and idea behind the prompt was inspired by a cross between I Don't Feel So Good, Mr. Stark and the cover for the single Decay by Akenya. If you haven't listened to it, it's great. It's good, sad, angry girl music if you need that vibe. But those two elements are what combined to make this prompt, or at least this execution of this prompt for day 29, Dissipate. And this one is part of the mental health ghost canon. You can tell by the stylings behind the eyes and the mouth and everything. But moving on to number 29, which is Flip. Now, for this one, I kind of had the idea to try to imitate or portray the idea of motion without having the ghost move necessarily. I wanted to do something that could potentially pair with the ring acrobat ghost, and so this one is, in my mind, was a gymnast or a contortionist of sorts, and so the extra limbs are just because he's a ghost, so it's he can flip without having to actually move other parts of his body, and I wanted to kind of more clearly portray that by adding an extra limb in a particular position going over his rib cage and pointing up towards the top of the canvas. But I started to do that and then realized with the position that the other limbs are in, it kind of looked like a... So obviously I didn't finish executing that idea, but here we have, again, this contortionist ghost with his extra limbs can just very easily flip in and out of any position that he needs to. And last up, and I suppose I'll say but not least of, we have day 31, which is supposed to be encouraging considering that the prompt is triumphant. I did not feel triumphant working on this. I felt tired and like I had run out of ideas. And so initially you can see that I had started with a sort of Gatsby-esque pose, but then I was like, it's boring energy, it's stale energy. So I switch it up and I decided to do this sort of like generic queenly figure standing in a triumphant pose, triumphant energy. And then I draw her out and think, okay, this is great, but that's all that I have going on with it. So what else can I add to this to make it, more triumphant? What has she triumphed over? What is giving her this air of confidence? So I decide to reach into the deep crevices of my history brain, or what parts of my brain are dedicated to history, and do a sort of combination of Bloody Mary and Vlad the Impaler. So she is triumphant because she has conquered over her enemies, being these 30 other ghosts that I had to deal with. The queen is not me, but that is if I'm going to use her as a proxy, that's what I'm feeling. So that ends Aughost 2025, again with the exception of that one that I missed, Brimstone. Still have no idea what to do with that, but anyway, we are done. I am not looking back. I am not doing anything else with these except for maybe coloring the emo, the Siobhan and the Banshees, but we are done. So if you have watched all whatever of these videos, I hope you've enjoyed these little creations. Thank you for sticking around this long. If you subscribe during this process, thank you. My channel isn't typically just me crunching out videos at this rate, so we will be going back to probably one video a week. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of September. I might not post again until October, which is spooky season, so stick around for that. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys later. Have a weird day. Thanks for tuning in.